Okay, so let's continue looking at these tougher right triangle situations. This one's pretty classic. It actually will come up in some word problems later in the section. But what we're trying to do is find x. So let's make sure we know exactly what x is. So from this picture, right, x is basically the distance, right here that I'm indicating. So up to the 90-degree angle and up to where that 57-degree angle starts. So we're trying to find that x value. And so how do we do it? Well, if you look closely, what I actually have are two right triangles, right? There's this smaller one with the 57 degrees, and then there's this bigger one with the 32 degrees. And to help us out, right, what's common to both of them is that side, let me call it h, all right, basically for height over there. So for this triangle, for the 57-degree one, right, there's x and there's h, and as far as 57 degrees is concerned, we're talking about opposite and adjacent. So that's a classic tangent function. So the tangent of 57 degrees, excuse me, is equal to my opposite h over my adjacent x. All right, and of course if we go further, right, we can multiply both sides by x, and we get that h is equal to x, the tangent of 52 degrees. All right, and so good news is we kind of have a relationship with x. Bad news is I don't know what h is, so we're kind of stuck here. But we've exhausted what we can do with that triangle. But we have another. So let's look at that other situation. So for the other one, let me make sure I still get it in here. The other one, let's make sure we label it right. This side is still h. The angle is now 32 degrees, and we have 40 and x. So this side is actually x plus 40, the whole side over there. And so in this case, what we end up getting, right, for the 32 degrees, the tangent of 32 degrees is the opposite, which is h, over the adjacent, which is x plus 40. Okay, and then again, if we multiply both sides by x plus 40, sorry, it's getting a little squished there, right? It will cancel out, and we find out that in this case, h is equal to x plus 40 times the tangent of 32 degrees. So there we have that. Okay, so there's your analysis. Again, what I did is I helped myself by labeling one of my common sides, this side right here, right, as h. And then I use that to create two situations. So we have two unknown system, right? And I now have two equations. I have an h and an x, and I have an h and an x, and I have two equations. The good news is you'll notice that both of them are solved for h. So h is equal to this expression, and h is equal to that expression. So if both of these are equal to h, that must mean that those two guys are equal to each other. Okay, and now what I went is from a situation where I had two unknowns and two equations to one unknown and one equation. And we basically solve for that. So perhaps the first thing we do is to distribute. So if we distribute that 32 degrees, we get that. Sorry, that's getting a little scrunched there, right? And then what we usually do to solve is we collect all our x's to one side. So our next move will probably be to subtract this x tangent of 32 degrees. Okay, and that will give us equals. What we end up with here on this side is 40 tangent of 32 degrees. And on this side, the x is common to both. So since it's common to both, I'm going to factor it out. And when I make that factorization, we get tangent of 52 degrees minus the tangent of 32 degrees. All right, and again, if you distributed it, right, x times tangent of 52 minus x times tangent of 32. And so we're almost done, right? Because now to get this x by itself, if I meant to go around my red pen, to get x by itself, I would have to divide by the tangent of 52 minus the tangent of 32. And do it on both sides. Tangent of 52 minus the tangent of 32. And so what we finally get is our exact answer, right? X is equal to 40 tangent of 32 degrees, all divided by the tangent of 52 degrees minus the tangent of 32 degrees. So there would be your exact answer for what that X value represents in that crazy triangle situation. So again, two different right triangles. That allows me to create two different equations for two unknowns. If we did it right, like I did here, we solve for H, which means I can set them together, and then it basically triggers all the algebra where we solve for X. And again, tangent of 52 and tangent of 32, remember, they're numbers, right? They're some ratio, so I'm treating them like the numbers that they are, combining like terms, etc., etc., etc. Of course, to get my estimate here, right, what I would do is just, I'm going to have to make use of some parentheses here. So let me try to get that all into one page, right? So we probably put parentheses, oops, let me turn it on, parentheses 40 tangent of 32, right? So I've put, that's all in my numerator, and in my denominator, parentheses, I've got tangent of 52 minus the tangent of, oops, it's 57, I'm sorry. Dang it, I keep writing 52. 57, make sure you got that other one right. Yeah, tangent of 32, that was right. Tangent of 57 minus the tangent of 32. Close parentheses. Press enter. There's our value. So the estimated answer, again, what I did is this is a 57. So parentheses 40 tangent of 32, parentheses, division sign there, tangent of 57 minus tangent of 32. I'm running into things. And that gave us, what was that? 27, 31, 68. So 27, 31, and 68, I guess that would be feet. So that's what our x coordinate would be estimated wise, and that is what it is exact. Again, on quizzes, I want to see exact answers. As a matter of fact, I'll probably ask for exact answers. So make sure you're following what's going on here and you're just not doing a bunch of number crunching, because that's actually impossible, right? It's going to be impossible to get 27.3168 if you're just punching numbers. Let the algebra and the trig lead the way for you. All right, so we obviously have another crazy situation to look forward to. All right, so let me cut away. The math's going to be very similar to what we just did, so you'll get another chance to kind of see that in action. But we're 8 minutes into this, and that one will probably take just as long, so we need more time. So let me break, and I'll come back at you.